Small talk in a foreign language can be really tough. Instead of jumping from topic to topic next time you can't think of something to say, why don't you try these 3 things next time? Here are 3 great ways to extend a conversation topic. Up first, we have speaking of which. Use the phrase speaking of which when the person you're talking to says something that makes you think of something that you want to add to the topic. For example, if the person mentions London, I might say, speaking of which, I went there on holiday this summer. You could also use it to ask a question, like, speaking of which, have you been anywhere else in the UK? Now, the which refers to the topic. So if it's not clear what which is referring to, then you can say the topic. Speaking of London, speaking of the summer, speaking of holidays. And on to number 2, that reminds me. Now, use that reminds me when the person you're talking to says something that makes you remember something. For example, if the person you're talking to said, I went to the dentist today, you might say, that reminds me, I have an appointment to see the dentist next week. Finally, we have come to think of it. Use come to think of it if you suddenly realize something while you're talking about the topic. For example, if the person you're talking to says, I can't wait to see the new Beetlejuice movie, you could say, come to think of it, I don't think I've seen the original movie. So next time you're chatting with somebody in English, instead of jumping from topic to topic, why don't you try expanding topics for a more natural, smooth conversation? Good luck. Keep talking.
Yeah.